I think we started to realize that the measure of a soldier is how they handle loss, and Market Garden was all about the loss of many different things.
If you've ever seen the film Titanic, most people knew before going into the theater that the boat was going to sink. Yes, the boat sank, and we wanted to see it sink because we wanted to see the special effects, but the movie was not about the boat sinking. The movie was about this drama between these characters and how they dealt with this situation and each other.
By focusing on the soldiers in our game instead of the war in general, we give our game a more of an emotional slant, making them real people.
For me, what always makes people interesting is finding what's beneath the surface. Who they were, the pieces of who they are, kind of coming together into the soldier. And then from there, they actually become great characters, you know. You can have the most emotional scene in the world between two characters, but if the player himself is not involved in some way, then, I mean, you fail.
Sergeant Baker has 3 teams at his disposal. He's got the assault team, which is led by Corporal Sam Corian. He's got his base of fire team, which is led by Tom Zanovich. And he's got his special team, which is MG or Bazooka, led by Private Gary Jasper.
In the rules of the Brothers in Arms universe, we've drawn this line. And so everyone in the game, rank of lieutenant and higher, is an actual historical figure. And everyone ranked sergeant and lower is based on an actual guy and an actual unit, but we've changed the name and we've created our own personality and our own details there.
You play as Sergeant Matt Baker, and you lead a reconnaissance platoon of the 101st Airborne, the Screaming Eagles. And your job is to keep your squad alive and accomplish the mission. In many cases, the mission and the men are going to cause you a dilemma. You will decide whether your men live or die.
Can make the best decisions imaginable, do the best job, have the best guy who's the best soldier, and he's still the one who happens to get hit. Man, that's very sobering.
We just killed the crowds that came off this elevator.
Which means they're probably waiting at the top.
I know.
Oh God, we're really stupid.
I know!
Who is Sergeant Baker? You know, when he went into Normandy, he was green. It was his first combat experience ever, and he had just been promoted to squad leader. In fact, that was his first line in the first game. I never asked to be squad leader, but I had no choice.
He is the leader, even though he's got all this weight on his shoulders. You know, he doesn't want to obviously show that to anybody. You know, he's got people to keep alive.
Guys who he's trusting with his life, he's not necessarily trusting with his emotions.
And he's really never been prepared for that responsibility. Now that guilt is really taking a toll.
Frankie!
Baker is losing it.
You know, we've called it shell shock and post-traumatic stress disorder. He's certainly experiencing the pressure. We're seeing him start to buckle.
So you get to see kind of his descent into kind of this war madness kind of thing.
How many men is one officer worth? It's literally poised in the game. 10, 20, 30, I mean, it has no answer.
Who's the right man to take command of 2nd Squad?
Corporal Sam Corian has become Baker's right-hand man.
He's watched both of his buddies, you know, become squad leaders, and they're, you know, above him, but they also really listen to him and they really, you know, respect him as an equal.
You follow orders or you die. Tell me one order I haven't followed to the letter.
It's not about that.
We really try to tackle that emotional complexity.
When I give you an order, you follow!
I'm not a particular fan of Corian, but I like him as a character because he creates complications for Baker and the other guys.
It's obvious that he wants to become more than just a corporal.
He's a good soldier. He really is. He's a great soldier. He's a great team leader, but he and Baker don't always see eye to eye.
He asks the questions that need to be asked of a leader. How do you measure your life versus mine?
What the hell is going on in here?
Well, Paddock said some stuff that made him sound
I
like
see
a real
one
dick.
goddamn bruise on any of you. It'll be KP and latrines for a week.
Hartsock has seen just as much shit as Baker has.
We're the tip of the spear, Jazz. We need to look sharp when we go in.
I have to say I like his character better than Baker. That is kind of the military mindset. It's like, yeah, shit happens. This shit is, you know, FUBAR, but you gotta go through it.
Scheiße! Ein Zebra!
I like Jasper, and I like his bazooka named Stella.
Jazz! Let's give him all we got!
He decides to kind of treat this bazooka like his girlfriend. You know, one of the things that's interesting about storytelling in video games is, frankly, I think the entire industry is in the Stone Age. So much difficulty just in getting to the point where the character will tell you what you're expected to do. The idea to like create a deep character, very few games get anywhere near there.
The social storyline between you and your men is really the beginning, middle, and end of the story.
All of us wonder, what would I do in that situation? If I was faced with this horrible situation, how would I react?
And there's something to learn about us from knowing what we're like under those tests. The stakes are no higher than they are in war.